name is Jo Eckersley. As Megan very kindly said, I'm the founder and CEO of Bubbl. We help brands supercharge their mobile marketing with an API that plugs into any app. So it's a bit like the APIs Stripe and Twilio. Stripe brings plug-in payment tools to an app, and Twilio brings plug-in internet telephony. We're similar, and we plan to be as big as them, enabling rich mobile marketing triggered by time and place. And we've got tools that work even when the app is closed. So you can see here why we're excited. We're an experienced team. We come from the industry. We've had a lot of support acknowledging our innovation in this sector. Our tech's already being deployed, and we've got growing demand, and we have a clear go-to-market strategy with potentially significant returns. We expect the current investment that we're looking for now to last us 9 months, and we plan a full seed round in spring 2021 to raise 3.5 million. We're already in talks with a large Hamburg-based ad tech fund regarding that round and expect to reach a valuation of 14 million by that point. We also provide a solution to one of the biggest missed opportunities in advertising, which is out-of-app mobile marketing. So let's look at the world of apps we operate in and the problems there. There are now over 7.5 million apps, and the pandemic has sent new app builds and downloads and usage into overdrive with no sign of decline. But despite their promise, the potential of apps is hindered by these challenges. The number one reason for uninstalls is poor user experience. 71% of users are lost within 3 days. And generally that's after fortunes were spent on acquiring them. Now, advertising and marketing on mobile is totally in-app currently, but 66% of marketers can't even measure return on investment in their in-app advertising. And in 2019, brands lost £42 billion to mobile ad fraud due to the automated method of placing digital ads in apps. It's overtaken credit card fraud, and it's getting worse. So as a team of career marketers, we've got a big vision based on our frustration with the way the ad tech industry's evolved. I've had 2 successful businesses previously, a PR and marketing company and an innovation consultancy. Charlotte was a board-level agency product director working on brands from Mumsnet to Ford and Microsoft. And Mark is a seasoned software engineer working for companies like The Guardian and Ministry of Justice previously, and he expertly manages our architecture and build. We're all full-time in the business, and we've got a team of 7 others. Really, between the 3 of us, we've got over 65 years of diverse experience working in the marketing industry, both client and agency side, and we've worked at board level and successfully exited several businesses. And most importantly, we've got an established, trusted C-suite network across the whole industry. So we set about to disrupt the mobile app sector and how the industry can use their apps for marketing. You see, as I said, apps are now made up of multiple parts that plug together like a jigsaw, and Bubbl's one of those jigsaw pieces. We're like a new supercharged notification system, and it's really simple. Literally, it takes 30 minutes to plug into any app, and then we turn it into a brand's own channel for direct and responsive customer engagement. And you can see from the awards and coverage that we get there at the bottom of the screen that so the advertising and marketing industry has sat up and taken notice. And since the pandemic and lockdowns, taking marketing to where people are has become even more important. At the moment, ad tech's like a dark art. It's very complicated for brands to engage with. But things started to change a couple of years ago based on geofencing technology like this, where you can see a virtual boundary around the O2 there. And companies like Burger King, who spent 2 years hard coding their app in-house for a very special 9-day campaign, which was called the Whopper Detour. They drew virtual geofence and digital boundaries around 20,000 McDonald's car parks. They got far less than that. And when anyone with the Burger King app went into those locations, they triggered a voucher to their phone for a 1-cent Whopper. Now, some people just drove straight out of the car park and straight to Burger King. Others went to the counter in McDonald's and asked for a Whopper and were kindly directed to Burger King by the McDonald's staff. It was cheeky, completely unexpected. And yes, it took them 2 years to build the tech themselves, but the impact, as you can see, was phenomenal and award-winning. It took them from 686 in the App Store to #1 overnight. Now, while they were spending 2 years building that, we were on the same page, but building our tech to make it easy for any app owner to achieve the same thing. An API to supercharge any app with really exceptional notification tools that work outside the app. And that includes things like video, audio, podcasts, surveys, footfall counts, m-commerce, holographic messages in a partnership with a company called 2Me, deep links, plus 2D augmented reality and live streaming, all triggered by location. So, essentially what they are location triggered engagement tools. There's no room for fraud, superb retention, measurable return on investment, and immediate visual impact, plus a new revenue stream potential for all the app owners and all the publishers. So to give you a few examples, bridging physical and digital, this is out of app gaming, for example, in a Pokemon Go style, which triggers a digital skate game in the physical skate park, or a retail purchase of skate gear in a physical store, pulling people away from online into real world. Or, for example, you've got bringing multi-format content out of app for publishers. Or it might be that you're giving info to people in situ, for example, in Exeter for an incident that happened on the railway there, rather than alarming every single person in the whole of the UK that has your travel app. Or you might use discrete geofencing to engage different audiences in different locations. For example, at a festival, it might be at the campsite, the food court, or in front of the main stage, and it's various content all at the same time. Now, you can see the potential, and so do our underserved potential clients. This is what we've achieved in the last 9 months, but we are really strapped for resources to unlock this pipeline, and it's exceptionally frustrating for us. Our initial clients last February were all in the music and sport and ticketing event space. Obviously, the pandemic hit them really hard, but they are slowly coming back. We pivoted sectors in March 2020 to retail and councils, and we were overwhelmed by the response. We're now working with a channel partner called Bubbl. Yes, they were called Bubbl when we met them, but obviously they were using our trademark, so they changed their name. And they fulfill opportunities with us with a number of councils and town centres. Our biggest potential market, though, is the games industry, which has absolutely, during the pandemic, in-game advertising was estimated at 3.2 billion. It's now projected to reach a revised size of 67 billion by 2024. And we believe, with effective targeting in conjunction with our collaborations with Yuki, Tiger, and the Barclays Global Connect team, that this will be our multi-million-pound beachhead market by 2023. Now, we currently use direct sales. We're building early relationships with channel partners. This is one of several client and partner reviews that are starting to appear on Gartner, which is the Bible, if you like, for suppliers in our sector. We're on Capterra, GetApp, and the software advice platforms there. And the point of our tech is that it's relevant to pretty much any sector, and it's a product easily delivered remotely without geographic boundaries. Our pilot clients so far are really happy with the tech and what it offers them. And it's a huge opportunity. To give you a benchmark, this is the current position within our sector. But by 2025, the global digital ad platform will be worth £427 billion. That's £120 billion bigger than the global fintech market by the same year. Even during the pandemic, the amount of apps that our potential clients grew significantly. Now, being able to do this via an API on one platform is actually very rare. We've only seen other people doing bits of what we do. So they either hard code it into an app with their own developers and it takes a long time, or they just have the survey piece, or they just do notifications, for example. Most of the industry was born 10 years ago in the US from the data analytics side of things. And these businesses mainly target users with basic push notifications using third-party data and attempts at personalization. Now, GDPR has pushed them into diversifying away from mobile, and they always use adverts as the tool of choice. But the bottom line is, we really understand our competitors and why our tech is better. A lot of these companies are looking to us to partner them because we can provide a mobile piece they can't do very well. They rely on automation, which is vulnerable to fraud. We're the affordable alternative for underserved mid-market brands. And we use easy low-code plugins and uniquely also have an additional self-sign-up model ready to launch for the millions of smaller app owners who want to engage with their local community. We've had, despite challenges coming out of the pandemic, we've come through it with a number of achievements. Essentially, we've got 3 roles that we can appoint through the Kickstarter program. We've had a continuity grant from Innovate UK, and we've got a number of channel partners, etc., in place. And we've got a lot of opportunity with future technology emerging. We've already got a patent in process for the UK and US, and there are further emerging opportunities for us to innovate in this space, particularly geospatial technology of 5G, which will allow us to do positioning and triggering of engagement inside, on multi-floor, and with 10 centimetre precision. Now, we expect this to give you an idea of the minimum that we expect to generate from recurring annual revenues, and this is just license fees. We expect to generate usage fees on top of that from app developers, and we'll be testing a number of theories around commercial models over the next 6 months. And essentially, for every 100,000 you invest with us now, we're confident that within 3 years, you will see a minimum 7 times return on your investment. And that's because essentially we've got sort of this plan to accelerate us, and the journey that we'd like to invite you on is this. We want to validate our commercial models and convert early customer traction into paying customers from our beachhead market with support from Barclays Global Connect game sector team. Then we want to build our presence in our beachhead market in the UK and the USA, and we'll seek further funding, as I mentioned earlier, next year to do this. And from there, we'll scale to an eventual exit within 3 to 5 years. So we expect the current investment to last us about 9 months. We plan that big seed round in spring next year. We're already in talks, as I said, with the fund regarding that, and we expect to increase our valuation significantly by that point. But this current investment will be used to utilise an external sales team we've got on board called 360 Publishing. We want to produce lots of support materials because obviously clients are onboarding our tech and working remotely. We need to support that well. And we also have a PR company that we want to contract as well. Plus we want to give those 3 junior Kickstarters a really good opportunity to work with us. There are some roles we want to employ: a tech onboarding manager, senior sales exec, senior mobile developer. All of that will help us progress product, direct and channel partner sales faster. So please get in touch if you'd like to know more. We are very passionate about this business. We know the space really well, and we believe that this is an area that is ripe for disruption, investment, and that there's a huge amount of mergers and acquisitions happening in this space that we want to be part of over the next 3 or 4 years. So thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing your questions.